Whiners, I'm cool. I'm calm. I'm collected. There's not a worry. This is going to be a very lovely, very blissful episode. No, it's not. That's how I wanted to feel. I went camping. It was so fun. It was lovely. The water sound, the air, the weather. It was perfect. I had just the right amount of sunscreen on, so where I got a lovely tan. Pedro was all about the water. But yeah, no, I am not cool, calm, collected. Life is crazy, but we're just moving with the waters. We're moving with the waves. We're going with life. Like I said to my sister that she's like, "How are you?" And I was like, "I do want to cry." I'm so overwhelmed that I want to cry, but that would just simply take too much time. So we're not crying. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in podcasting. Like, we're crying later. We're gonna cry later. Oh my God, it's gonna be such a good cry. I can't wait to cry. But yeah, no, I've got to schedule my cry because I just simply don't have time for that. Um, Last week's episode got me thinking about the fact that it is really crazy that we just like universally nickname our people that we're dating. Like, rather than just being like, oh, Bob from last night or Robert from the other day or whatever. Like, we are saying like full on like sandals guy or Crocs guy or wine guy, what have you. So I thought we should highlight some of the lovely situationships, romantic relationships that I've had in the recent years. Spread out a little bit. These are all from Houston. But we're going to get into it. Welcome to Adultish Wine's podcast, where we're grown enough to pay bills, but messy enough to still text our exes. Grab a glass of wine and let's get adultish. First, I am drinking this Underwood Rosé, which was recommended to me by a loyal winer, and I can't possibly remember your name. I'm so sorry. There's been a little bit of some chaotic energy today. But it's good. And it's another can. You guys, canned wine is kind of the jam right now. So I like it. Tastes fine to me. Let me just re-up here before we start. He recommended specifically any wine from Oregon, and I asked for you to be more specific, and he said he really liked this one. It's good for like picnics and little hiking trips and stuff. So thank you for the recommendation, and I like it. Before we get into the chaos of nickname files, we're going to get into wines of the week from the listeners. So every Wednesday I am drinking wine at home and ask y'all to submit your wines of the week. Here are a couple from there that I related to. I'm tired of giving girlfriend energy to men who don't even make reservations. Yes, stand up. Yes, yes, yes. Round of applause. Round of applause. You don't know how to make a reservation? You're not giving me a time to meet, a place to meet. It's like WYA, where you at? WYD, what are you doing? I'm so over that energy. I don't know how old you are, but I'm 35. Don't WYA me, WYD me. Ever. Literally ever. The worst is when we're supposed to meet up on a date on Friday, for example. Like, we're meeting up on Friday, but you don't give me the time, you don't give me the place. Friday rolls around. What are we doing? It's Friday at 3, Friday at 3:30, 4 p.m. Am I still meeting up with you? I don't know, because you didn't let me know what time. Did we make a reservation? Did you make a reservation for brunch? Like, it's Houston, first of all, for me. Like, you gotta make reservations at places. Girlfriend energy, though. Okay, I kind of, maybe that's for a different episode. Girlfriend energy, like, I like to give girlfriend energy because that is the energy that I want to be a girlfriend. Well, actually, I should be giving wife energy because I want to be a wife. But I have no issue. I'm not looking for tit for tat. I am just looking for effort, you know? So I get you. I get you, girl. Why do guys act so available until you actually start liking them back? It's a tale as old as time. Is that the term? Why do guys act so available? I have two guys in the room right now. I bet they won't answer this question. Until you start liking them back, and then they are uninterested and unavailable. Riddle me this. I have no answer for you. I can only commiserate. I don't understand it. Would love to have somebody on the show and we can talk about that. Like, what is the science behind that? Like, you act so available. You're asking me about what I'm eating, what I'm doing, who I'm seeing, what's up. Come to find out, that's the layup text message. That's the message that you're just trying to get into my pants. That's why. Because they're acting like they're available, so we let them into our pants. Don't do that. Whiners, as y'all know, sometimes we talk about hard things on the pod, and the stigma around mental health is one of them. That's why I'm so happy to have BetterHelp Therapy as a sponsor. There's no shame in the therapy game. You don't need to have a serious clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety to go to therapy. You can just be a regular human with a regular humanish to figure out. Therapy can even just help you with everyday tools for everyday life. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible. I know finding a therapist can be the most intimidating step of starting this journey, and the benefit of BetterHelp is that it's online, remote, and you get matched with a professional therapist within days. Use the link in the description of this episode or go to betterhelp.com/adultish. It's so easy, you will not regret it. Don't be scared if you don't love the first therapist you're matched with. You can easily switch. That's one of the things I was worried about. When I tell my whole life story to one person, I have to switch to another one because I'm not really getting along. So this one, you don't have to worry about the network, the insurance, blah, blah, blah. So if you need an unbiased professional to vent to, or whether you have anxiety, PTSD, depression, or family issues, I think BetterHelp is a great place to start. Click the link in the episode description or go to betterhelp.com/adultish for 10% off your first month. Love you, Whiners. We have to get into... I picked three of a few more than three. I'm not going to give you the exact number because who's keeping count? Who's keeping track of these? The nicknames. Okay, so once upon a time, I dated somebody nicknamed Short King. I dated somebody nicknamed Bathroom Dad, and dated somebody nicknamed Rugby Guy. Okay, and here are the stories of them all. I think I've talked in increments about these people in the past, but we're gonna get into it. So, Short King. For everyone who thinks that I don't date anyone below 6'7", you're unfortunately very mistaken. I prefer 6 foot and above, but I did date someone 5'10", and it was going really well until it wasn't. Short King, bless his heart, bless his heart. Okay, he was really lovely. I thought, wow, after all this talk, 4 seasons of a podcast about me bitching about men's height, and I'm gonna end up with someone who's 5'10". 100%. I thought this was my guy. No, because his Short King large ego started to show. Met on Raya again. Lord have mercy on our souls. He was from LA. He had family here, and I loved his energy. Okay, and by the way, I didn't know his height. I could tell by his photos that he wasn't tall, but I thought, try new things, go with the flow. So I did. We met up. We had a great first date. By the way, immediately he was my height. And I was okay with it. I already loved his energy. By the way, I was about to get chin liposuction surgery, so I wasn't drinking on like 7 days before the surgery. So when he ordered a drink, he was like, "What can I get for you?" And I was like, "I'll just take a Topo Chico." He was like, "Oh my gosh," like he was so gentlemanlike. He was like, "Oh, well, that's fine. I'll just take a Topo Chico." I was like, "Please drink for the both of us. Like, wish I could. Go ahead, you know?" And he was like, "Absolutely not. Like, I want to be on your level, you know?" Which I thought was very respectful, very lovely. So he had very good energy going into it. He had a great day. Second date, he offered to send me a car, which I turned down politely because you can't send me a car. I'm not drinking. I can drive myself. Like, and again, I'm never dating for the plot. I'm never dating for the meal. I'm never dating for the ride. Like, I'm genuinely trying to find somebody. So, like, I said, thank you so much for the offer. I'm happy to drive myself. No problem. So it was a fun date. Sexual chemistry was there. It was good. He ended up going back to LA. We kept in contact, and then he came back. he was in my industry too. So like he was in the entertainment industry and I really liked that. He was like genuinely interested in what I was doing. He would constantly ask about the podcast. He actually helped me. One night he stayed up until like 5 a.m. with me when I was podcasting on my own and helped me with, oh my God, there was such a huge problem with a file. And he helped it. And it's like, wow. Like swoon. I was obsessed. At that point, obsessed. Like doesn't take a lot. Short King coming in the front of the race. I loved it. Okay. Yeah. Shortly after that, he came back to Houston. If you heard me refer to anyone as rodeo boyfriend, it was him. He came to Houston. I took him. Like he did so much for me that I bought us tickets to the rodeo, tickets to the performer, went to the rodeo. We had a great time. And then he got fucking weird. We ended up getting takeout food on the way home. We were just like drunk, obviously, in an Uber. We got home, we're eating takeout food, and I was like, okay, can you help me? Like basically, we had bags and bags of like greasy tacos. First of all, he was trying to eat on my bed, which was crazy. Don't eat on my bed. That's like your greasy nacho box is seeping through to my white comforter. Absolutely not. Take it off. So we moved down to the floor. Thank you for listening. And then he refused to help me clean it up. It was so weird. I was like, hey, my hands are full. Can you help bring the rest? And he's like, you want me to get out of bed? And I was like, well, do you want to sleep in a nacho-infested smelling room? Yeah, I do. Help me bring this out to the kitchen. He was so weird about it. Next morning, he woke up. He was so grumpy that the AC was not at his temperature. Like, it was like a flip switch. It was so weird. I ended up being like, are you good? Like everything has been so good and you're just like kind of on high alert. Like, are you good? Is there something that you want to talk about? Are you bothered by something? And he just said like he was really stressed out with work, with his family, all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, no problem. And like I'm trying to learn from my past mistakes. I'm not trying to like input my advice or my opinions on this guy. I'm like, okay, if you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, you good. So we end up like kind of making up and decide to go out to brunch, and he's annoyed because there's a long wait at the brunch. And then we ended up going to his second place, which was my first suggestion in the first place. Like he didn't want to go to my first suggestion. Like he just like his short king small dick complex started to show. I'm telling you guys, glaring, highlighting. We continue. We go to this brunch that I suggested that I knew was going to be good. We're in line. Again, it was a Sunday at brunch in Houston. We're going to be in line. We're going to be waiting. And he's like, wow, I can't believe we're waiting in line. And I was like, okay, like, I think the only place we wouldn't be waiting in line is if we go to like an IHOP or a Denny's. Like, I'm not sure what you want from me. And like, you were already on edge earlier today. And so I don't really want to test you, you know? He's like, I don't wait in line. You don't wait in line? What do you mean by that? Please elaborate, Mr. Short Dick Man. Like small dick man. Please go ahead. And so at that point I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm done with you, really. Because things had been building. I'm skipping a lot, but things had been building. He's like, I am, quote, I am too talented, too well known, and too well dressed to wait in line at a breakfast restaurant. I said, okay. So where can we go in Houston if you're so well connected that we don't have to wait in line? Let's go. We haven't ordered. Come on. No. It's fine. We'll wait in line. I'm like, right. Okay. We wait in line. The food is good, by the way. We're at Piggy's, one of my faves. Eat on the patio. By the way, I paid because you guys know what I do. If I pay, that's a total lie. I'd pay for the roadie when I was having a good fun. But like what I did when the breakfast came, or when they, you have to pay at the counter at Piggy's, I said, here you go. Here's my card. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Because I don't want to be tied to you in this way. I don't want you to ever think that I was dating you for you taking me out at all. So I paid. I tipped very well because he was very rude. We sat, we ate, and he's talking about like all these errands he has to run, these things he has to return. So we get back to my house. He ends up making a phone. Like, it's our last few moments together before he's about to go back to LA. We're laying on the couch. He calls Office Depot. He calls Office Depot in the last few minutes that we had together to initiate an online return. Okay. I'm done now. Like, get the F out of my house. Like, I absolutely want nothing to do with you. I'm like literally gagging at the sight of you at this point. He leaves. He had a dinner to go to with his parents that night. He called me. I was like well invested in Law and Order SVU, by the way. Like, I was so enjoying my time away from him. Like, I'd had 3 days too many of being with him. I was like, Law and Order SVU, I'm rotting on my couch. Don't bother me. He calls me. He FaceTimes me. I'm like, hello, reluctant to answer. He's like, oh, what's up? I'm charging my car. And I was like, okay, well, I'm watching Law and Order SVU. So, did you, like, is there something you wanted to say? And he's like, oh no, I was just calling to say what's up. And I was like, okay, well, have a good rest of your night with your parents. We never spoke again. It was a mutual ghost, if you will. And it's not, I don't like a ghost at all ever, but like I do think it was best case scenario in this specific scenario. But that short king, he didn't really live up to be too tall, did he? Next was bathroom dad. Oh, this is a sore subject for me. Because where is he? Where did he go? Literally, I still feel lost and abandoned by this guy. Okay, bathroom dad. Ooh, he was tall. He was handsome. He was clean cut. There was nothing thuggish, ruggish about this guy, okay? He was a dad of two, a present dad. Like, he had his kids 4 nights a week. He was the main parent. Loved that. I love that because I'm not sure that I want kids, as you know. And so, like, that, chef's kiss. He was a present dad. He loved his kids. No problem at all there for me. Our initial date, he made the reservation. I mean, it was a bowling alley, but he was like, hey, at this time, we're going here. Love it. Great. So the cadence of that was good, and it continued that way. Lots of dates, lots of communication. We had never had a conversation about being serious. In my head, like when I'm seriously talking to somebody, like I'm not also talking to other people, but I understand that that is not the case for everyone. That's especially men. Fine, which I understand. That's fine. My sister came in town. He met my sister. Dare I say he was, okay, I think he was my second love. Like, I literally do think I was so infatuated with this man. And like, he wasn't even doing a lot. Like, he was just existing, and I was so infatuated with him. I think I fell in love with the idea of him is what it was. Sad. Okay, so fast forward. He met my sister. My sister came in town. He met my sister. We went to a winery. He met my friends. We played games. We started having conversations about being exclusive and serious. He was talking about how he just told his brother about me, and that means a lot. He doesn't really do that. He hasn't really done that since his divorce, right? Yeah. And then we have that conversation, and then you do what you do when you have sexual relations. It was great. You do what you do after those conversations. Euphoric, if you will. This man worked night jobs, okay? So he it was like 8-ish p.m. and so he went to take a shower. I remember distinctly this is kind of getting a little descriptive and I don't like that, but like I was on my bed still and he was like looking down at me and he was like smiling and he was saying like, I can't wait for like what's to come. Like, I'm so excited. And I was like, oh my God, dying. Love it. Great. Me too. We're gonna get married and live happily ever after. He goes to the bathroom. He gets in the shower and then I need to use the restroom. So I go pee in the bathroom where he is showering. After I pee, I go to wash my hands. And his phone is, I swear, what can I swear on? Like, what can I swear on that I'm telling the truth? On my niece's and my nephew's life, Grace and Jack Lemley, I swear on your guys' life. This phone was sitting up on the hand towel, open, on a text message. I've never texted. You could test this man's phone for fingerprints. I've never touched this man's phone in my life. I've never even passed it to him, okay? I went to wash my hands and go to find the towel, and it is a text message. Oh my God, what did it say? It said, "Yeah, baby, call me whenever." Yeah, baby, call me whenever. Who the fuck is that? What? So, because I am cool, calm, collected, I am I looking like this? I look up and I see that the shower curtain is open like a few inches. I end up just like throwing my hands, like splashing off, and I walk out. He comes out, his butt ass naked, has a towel, he's drying himself off. He's like, "Baby, baby, baby." He's trying to like love up on me before he goes to his shift because we just had such a great conversation about us being exclusive. And I said, "Hey, who's so-and-so?" He said, that's, it's nothing." I said, "Okay, no worries. I mean, we weren't exclusive until 20 minutes ago, so it's not a problem. Don't worry about it." And I walk out, I'm doing the dishes. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with myself. I have to do something with my hands because if not, I'm gonna do something else with my hands. I would never, but like, I felt upset. I'm doing stuff around the house, and he comes out, he's dressed. He's like, "Can we talk about it?" And I said, I used to be a stone cold bitch. If you've been following the podcast since 2021, since season 1, I used to not be able to show my feelings. I was scared. So this was around that time. And he was like, "Can we talk about it?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can. We can talk about it. Nothing to talk about, though, because we're not exclusive and you did nothing wrong. So you can go ahead and leave my house and go get with whoever because there's no issue here." Immediately regret. I was too scared to be vulnerable. I was too scared to show that I really liked him, even though I had told him that. And so we ended up talking for a few minutes, and I was just like, "Yeah, you're going to be late for your shift. I think you should get going." He's like, "Okay, I'll get going." And he did. And never heard from him again. And here I was thinking like, okay, wow, that was really cold of me. That was really like, I put up a wall. Like, how can I work through this? How can I explain to him that like I really like him? And although not like he didn't technically do anything wrong, but like, how can I work through it? And he blocked me. I'm sorry. What did I do to you? How did you block me? I've never been so confused about something in my life. That was 3 years ago. I'm still confused. Why am I blocked? And maybe it's because I don't know how to block people. I really just can't physically do it. I feel so guilty doing it. I feel so rude. How did you block me? What did I do to you? Besides being a cold bitch. You were the one fucking someone else when you just did that to me, saying we were exclusive and couldn't come to terms with that. So that's bathroom dad. I don't feel anything towards him anymore, but I still wonder, where are you now? What are you doing? Did you get with that girl that you were messaging with? He was like, "Yeah, but I actually talked to her about you. She is somebody that I dated, but I said, you're making it worse. She's not a new contact. She's an old contact." No. So where is he now? I've looked him up on LinkedIn. Can't find him. Because we do. Because we do, you guys. Yeah, can't find him. First and last name and his job. Haven't done it in a while though. And yes, I do have my private setting on LinkedIn set up, so I can look your ass up and you won't know that I'm on your profile. Because I'm a corporate bitch. Wow. He is, you know, when they say like they all come back or their lives get worse, like men always come back. They're always gonna run the block. He never came back, which is mind blowing to me. Like, not mind blowing that he didn't come back because like I'm not all that great. Like I'm not tooting my own horn in that way, but like the facts are the facts, science is science. Like you were supposed to come back, and I was supposed to have the say, and you didn't. So like, what are we doing now? It's crazy. Where is he now? You know what? Life's not over. He may still come back. Third and lastly, I'm so sorry. This one still affects me. So I wouldn't even like, is this the freshest? Maybe potentially, but like, oh my God, look at me. I'm getting all nervous with my nails. Fuck this guy, first of all. Rugby Guy. I know I've made mention to him several times, several different episodes. The most recent was on episode 140 when Carlos Miller asked me, what's the best date you ever went on? And if you saw me get squeamish, that's why. Because it was this guy that I had the best date with that ruined my freaking self-esteem. It ruined my life. Like, what the hell? Rugby Guy. Obviously, it's no secret. He played rugby. Met him on Hinge. I'm done with these dating apps after all these three guys I met all on dating apps. Maybe that's the problem. That's the commonality. Me and dating apps is the problem, so it's obviously not me. It's the dating apps. Um, Rugby Guy, wow. He was the same as the other two, Short King and Bathroom Dad. Caring, communicative, lovely, like genuine interest, did not present fuckboy energy. You know what I mean? Like he kind of looked like it because he was kind of like dirty. Did you shower? His thighs were huge. Like you were crazy. Yeah, he fucked me up. Okay. Met him on Hinge. His contract was up in the works. He played rugby here in Houston, but his contract was in the, I don't know, in the sky somewhere. So he was actually back in San Diego, and I went back to see my family. And we ended up meeting for the first time while I was in California. Had the best first date of my life with this man. It wasn't anything extravagant, mind you. It was pretty low key. Like he took me around San Diego. I had never been, which like living in LA, I just didn't really travel much. Really regrettable. That's a different story. But yeah, he took me around. It was lovely. He took charge, like he knew where he was going. It like just felt like he felt very, I felt safe with him. I felt like he could lead me, that type of thing. And then and then towards the end of the night, the thing happened, the it factor, if you will. And I was like, oh, perfect. Rugby Guy and I are getting married because that's the next step. We're standing on the street in downtown San Diego. Just like literally, we were deciding if we were going to go to another place or going to be done with the night. We were standing, it was like very movie-esque. Okay. We're on the edge of the sidewalk, people watching. And somebody came and tapped me on the shoulder. And I looked, and he is holding a sketch. This man was a street sketch artist. And without me knowing, without Rugby Guy knowing, he presented a sketch of us. A minimalist line drawing, the most beautiful sketch I've ever seen in my life of him and I. And I literally said, I turned to him and I was like, oh my God, like could not hide my astonishment, my amazement, I was in love with it, and in turn in love with Rugby Guy. And I was like, oh my God. And Rugby Guy was really, I mean, he was like, wow, that's so cool. And he's like, obviously, like I tipped the guy and he followed him on Instagram, and he was like, yeah, I just like loves the energy that you guys were having, and it's like my favorite photo ever. And that's crazy to say. We fought about who was going to keep this photo. Like we were like, thank you so much, we're leaving. Like Rugby Guy was like, well, I'm keeping this. And I was like, yeah, fat chance. It's the girl's photo. I'm keeping this. Like this is mine. And he's like, okay, all right, fine. The best date of my life. I literally I still think about the date. I still think about him. We continued to talk for over a year. He was going through some stuff with his rugby. I didn't know boundaries at this time, and I was very forceful upon trying to help him fix his problems when he didn't ask for me to fix his problems. He was very emotionally unavailable. I should have paid attention to that and listened to, like, he was literally telling me that. And I was just like, no, it's okay. I can help. I can be there for you. And we're together, like just totally obsessive and weird. And, um, he was like at the end of it, he was very rude and awful to me. And he ended up coming back later and apologizing for that and asking if I would ever be open to opening the can of worms again. So months passed. We stopped talking. I was devastated. Months passed. And he said, I'm sorry. Can I talk to you? And can we open this can of worms? Would you be open to that? And I said, I'm really scared, honestly, because the way that I felt for you, I'm scared to feel that again. And he's like, totally understand. I'm with you. And we ended up continuing on for a couple of months. We made plans to see each other over New Year's. I bought a plane ticket to see him. Yeah. Gasp. Are you okay? Are you guys okay? Because I'm not okay. We were still, like, everything was good. We were communicating, like, all good. We were making plans for when we were going to be in the same city. And then I checked in with him. I'm like, did you book the Airbnb yet? What's the details? Where am I going to? And he's like, just evasive, just not answering that question, but like would talk about other things. And I was like, okay, but about that Airbnb in 2 weeks, it's over New Year's. It's going to be expensive in San Diego. Do you need help with that? Are you good? Because I'm a controlling bitch. He's like, just would ignore and move on to the next question or ask me about something else, you know? Finally, I was like, hey, I'm confused. I forget what I said, but basically I was like, I'm confused. Like, are we doing this? Am I seeing you for New Year's? No response. So I changed my flight. Still wanted to go see my family, but shortened the trip by a lot. And never alerted him that I canceled the trip. He never asked about it. We never spoke again. What? I'm literally lost. I'm lost. You came back to me, asked to try it again, asked to re-up, and then bounced after a flight was booked? I do this thing where when I talk about guys that I've dated, I'm like, it's okay, like they weren't assholes or they were going through something. But like, no. What an asshole. You know what I have to say though is I love, okay, on episode 140 I was asked that question by Carlos, my favorite date. Guess who is a follower of Carlos Miller and liked that post? I hope you listened to the episode, and I hope you heard me talk shit about you, and I hate your stinking guts. I think I hate your guts. No, I do. Fuck you. That's it. So Short King, Bathroom Dad, and Rugby Guy. Those are the 3 we're covering, because that's all. I was going to say all you guys can handle. It's really all I can handle to talk about. We are pro sex toys on Adultish Whines, whether it's for solo play, partner play, gift for a friend. I mean, I can personally vouch for Adam and Eve. I've bought a sex toy or 20. Adam and Eve is giving Adultish listeners a spankin' deal. See what I did there? You get 50% off of 1 item, 3 special bonus gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. And free discreet shipping, by the way. Go to adamandeve.com to get 50% off the 1 item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. That's ADULTISH at adamandeve.com. Okay, so let's get into Whine or Fine, which is as you guys know, if you've been here before, it's a game we play. If you like something, it's fine. If you hate something that I say, it's a whine, and you drink if it's a whine. So, on par with what we were talking about for the episode, mutual ghosting. You into it? You not? Is it a whine or a fine? For me, it's a whine. I know that Short King and I mutually ghosted, but nah, I'm not into it. I'm happy to send a quick text message to tell somebody what's up or what, like, I'm not interested in continuing. And I do feel like maybe he wanted closure, maybe I wanted closure. We didn't. So I would say no to mutual ghosting. Giving someone second chances, yeah, it's a fine. I mean, it's bitten me in the ass so hard so many times, but I'm gonna continue. Like, there's good in people. People change. I used to didn't like dogs. Now I own a dog and I foster dogs. Like, people change. Second chances are totally appropriate. But, and you know what? With that Rugby Guy second chance, I will say, I did get the closure that when I say like, oh, I want closure, it's like they gave you closure. Like, they're not interested in you. That's the closure. But like, I really felt it that second time. So I think the second chance for me was the right move to make. It's a fine. Okay. Checking your partner's phone, whine or fine? It's a whine. I think that is super disrespectful. I would be very upset if someone felt like they didn't trust me, that they were checking my phone, they were in my, how like all the Apple products link, like that is, I don't like that. That's not what happened with Bathroom Dad Guy. His phone was open. I never touched it. Swear on my life. Swear on everyone I love. Swear on Pedro's life. That phone was never touched. You wouldn't find a fingerprint on it. But yeah, I don't like the sneaking behind each other's back, checking your partner's phone type of vibe. I don't. But on the other hand, I do see why people do it, because you find out what you thought, Like, I don't know. Blocking someone's phone instead of having or blocking someone's phone number instead of having the hard conversation. Whine. I'm not a blocker. I think you can send a simple text message that says, no, thank you, not interested, don't want to go out again, I'm not interested in you. It's so easy. It's no skin off your back. Like, just be honest, be forthcoming. Don't block. But I know that blocking is so easy for some people to do, and like out of sight, out of mind. Like, I get that. It's a whine for me. So I don't know. I used to, basically, the end all is, I used to think that heartbreak was gonna come from obvious red flags, like flashing at me crazy. But I do think that it actually hurts more when it comes from the ones who seem safe, who seem supportive, who seem that they support your podcast, they ask about your day, they make plans that feel like a future. Short King surprised me. He was not my usual type, but he showed who he was. Bathroom Dad, I thought that was everything real. I thought it was all real until it literally felt made up. When he blocked me, I was like, did I make this whole thing up? Am I present on this earth? Did I date this man for 5 months? Rugby Guy, that one stung. As you all just felt from what I said. He came back. He tried again. I believed him. I gave him a second chance, and then he disappeared. Like, honestly, what a cold heart. I bought a plane ticket and you disappeared? Like, it meant nothing to you? Like, you knew I had family there still, but like, that's crazy. I would never even treat a stranger like that. I don't know. It just felt very thrown away, as I've talked about in the past. So I feel like just because someone seems different, like good, maybe presents well, it doesn't mean that they are. I don't need any more of these lessons in disappearing acts. I'm not ignoring the signs anymore just because they look safe. Basically, don't fuck with me. I'm on guard. No, I'm not on guard. I actually feel like I'm less on guard than I've ever been. Because I just feel like it can't hurt me more than I've been hurt. And I think that we're all, giving people nicknames, and it's so funny how it is like so second nature to give everyone these nicknames. And I do think they soften the blow, but the end is still there and it still hits and it's still sad. So, cheers. Whiners, love you guys so much. I know that we're all in this together. I know that y'all have been there with me. And if I ever hear from one of these mother effers, you'll be the first to know. I just don't ever think I'm going to hear from Bathroom Dad Guy. What would I don't want to hear from him, but like, I'm still confused as to why I haven't. Anyway, gotta go, guys. Love you so much. Let me know what wine I should try for the next episode. Per usual, let me know what wines you got for me. Wines of the week. That's what I mean. And leave a review and subscribe on YouTube and Apple and Spotify. Love you, winers. I'll see you next week. Bye.